Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm gonna do a little something special. This is gonna be my Christmas gift to you. I'm gonna teach you how to play the guitar in 7 short videos, okay? First one's just a little explainer video. Guitar is a lot more simple than most people think, and a lot of people overcomplicate it, thinking that they have to do all the fancy fingering and stuff. Been playing 21 years. I know one song that has fancy fingering, and I play it just to relax myself. You can check out that in the previous video, but most of what I do is called hacking and strumming. And we start by learning the frets. This is the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. And then we're going to learn the key of G because it's the most simple key. We're going to learn 4 chords in the key of G. And we're going to start mostly on the 3rd fret, okay? So this is your first video. Stick with me and I'm going to teach you how to play. I'm going to show you how simple it is. It's a lot more simple than most people think. Alright, we're back with how to play the guitar in 7 short videos. We're learning the key of G. We just learned the frets, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. Now we're going to start with the chord of G, okay? And there's a couple different ways you can do this, but the easiest way for me, and the easiest way for me to teach you, is start with your pinky and your ring finger on your bottom, and these on the 3rd fret, bottom 2 strings. So pinky, and then ring finger. This one's really important. This one's going to stay there a lot for this whole transition, okay? But those 2 on the bottom, okay? And then you come up again to the 3rd fret with this is your middle finger, and then your pointer finger behind it on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and that's going to make your G chord, okay? Alright, so we're going to play it. You play it and you see how it sounds. If you got any muffled sound, you got any of that, you got to figure out what finger it is. Usually if you rotate a little bit, it'll help you, but you want to work with that chord until you get a nice clear sound. That's what you're going for. Alright, we're back with part 3 of how to play the guitar in 7 short videos. We just learned the chord of G, which is the bottom 2 fingers, the pinky, ring finger, middle finger on the top of the 3rd fret, right there, middle finger, top 3rd fret, pointer, 2nd fret, 2nd string. That's your G. C is very simple because all you're going to do is take these 2 fingers and move them down 1 step. Move them down. So this goes down to the 3rd fret, 2nd string. This goes down to the 2nd fret, 3rd string. This becomes your C chord. And again, you want to play with it because you have any muting. You want to figure out where that muting is. Usually it's just rotate your hand out so you're pointing on there. You don't want any muting, okay? And we're going to go back and forth from G to C. G to C. Just drop those 2 fingers. Alright, welcome back to part 4 of how to play the guitar in 7 short videos. We've learned the chords of G and C. Okay, now we're going to move on to E minor, which is the same thing. You have your 2 bottom ones, you have your 2 on the bottom 3rd fret, and then you have your 2 up here, top of the 3rd, 2nd of the 2nd fret. That's your G. Then you move down to C. To get your E minor, all you do is you move both of these fingers back to the 2nd fret, 2nd and 3rd string. That's a very important chord. That's your sad chord, the minor chord. So you go and back to the 2nd fret right there. I know it's hard to see, but you can easily look these up on any website and find E minor. But the hardest thing is just learning how to just kind of get between the 3 of them. Alright, work on that. Okay, welcome back to part 5 of how to learn the guitar in 7 easy videos. We've learned the chord G, C, E minor, 2 on the 2nd fret, 2 on the 3rd fret, and then there's an open string in the middle. That's not being held by a finger. Okay, so now we're going to move on to D. This is the hardest one, but it's also a lot easier than most people think. Okay, the important part about D is you're going to leave your ring finger in place. So take everything else off, and then you're going to leave that in place, and then you're going to cover this string and this string. So you're going to make a little triangle here, okay? And it's going to you're going to play the bottom 4 strings, okay? So again, leave the ring finger on from the other ones, and then do this string and this string on the 2nd fret, and play the bottom 4 chords. Okay, that's your D chord. And then when you transition, you're always going to leave that in place. You're going to always leave that in place to go back to the other chords. Alright, welcome back to how to learn the guitar in 7 short, easy videos. We've just learned 4 chords, which you may need to spend a little time on, but this is the video where it's most important to spend time on those 4 chords, and you're going to challenge yourself, okay? So the way you challenge yourself is you be honest with yourself, and you put yourself on a beat, on a 4-part beat. So you play G, C, E minor, D. Play those in a row, but you play them 4 beats at a time. So we're going to practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's the hardest D, 3, 4, and G. And you're going to challenge yourself to keep that rhythm without missing, because if you miss, you don't have your chord transitions right. And you can speed it up a little bit and practice, but this is the most important part, because if you don't get this, you can't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back to part 7 of how to learn the guitar in 7 short videos. We just learned how important transitioning from our 4 chords that we learned are. So we're going to show that again. You're going to do 4 beats of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 3, 4. Okay, and once you have that, then you can go into strumming patterns. Now strumming patterns are a little tricky, okay? The most important, it's basically the same thing you're doing. You're just adding a little flair down here. You're adding a pattern down here. But now here's the key. If you don't have your transitions and your rhythm well, then you're not going to be able to do this, okay? And the most important thing about this is I'm going to show you the pattern, but the rhythm is more important than the pattern. You've got to have this constant up and down motion. So we're going to... You can practice up and down first. And maybe you'll get lucky and you'll hear it, but the most important thing is this up and down. And we're going to show you the pattern now. Notice my hand never stops. Alright, here's the pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, switch, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. It's the same thing, and literally I can play 1,000 songs with that same strumming pattern. I can do it a little faster, or you can go slower. Down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a pattern, right? It's not a formula. Kind of improvise once you get comfortable with it. But the most important thing is that the hand never stops moving. It's always going up and down. That helps you keep your rhythm, so if you lose your spot, you're never lost down here. You may be lost in the chords, but you're never lost down here. Again, the less you have to think about, the better. So that's why it's so good to know your chords. Like you can just switch between 2 chords up here. Like if you're just in between songs, you're just between the 2 chords. G and C. But it becomes second nature. You don't even have to think about it. And that's when you can finally start singing. We stand and lift up our hands. Oh, the joy of the Lord is our strength. We bow down and worship Him now. How great, how awesome is He. Together we sing. Everyone sing. Holy is the Lord God Almighty. See, I'm making mistakes, but it doesn't matter because I've practiced that song a lot. But the point is that I feel comfortable enough I can go experiment down here. And I know my pattern's going to stay, my rhythm's going to stay on. Even if I miss a chord, I can correct it because I'm still on track. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to see You. I want I'm not even sure those chords are 100% correct, because I usually play that in E, but it sounds alright, and it would be passable. But it is better if you know the chords. But this is by far the most important thing, the foundation. Getting your chords, getting your 4 chords down, and being able to transition without thinking. And you should be able to jump around from any pattern. And my fingers are really hurting now, by the way, so I'm out of practice, and these are heavy strings. One other tip, if this is too low, if you're trying to sing a song, and again, singing a song is very, very last. One other tip though, if something's too low, you can always move it up with a capo. You can move up the key. I do this with a number of songs that are just written in a different key, and they would be too hard for me to sing. Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Everything around me is shaking. I think a lot of Cody Carnes songs and Chris Tomlin songs tend to be a little bit higher, or written too high, so I have to bring them up just to make it make sense, because my voice is not that high. Anyway, hope that makes sense. You guys have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm happy to do another series. I'll do E if you want, but hopefully this gets some traction. We'll see.